Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Ameribano, and we have the second installment of AI Death Battles. So many of you enjoyed the last AI Death Battle video. I would first just like to say thank you, you're beautiful, I love you. Today, we have a special AI Death Battle. We are going with only villains this time around. I compiled the list of the most powerful villains based on suggestions from the comment section here on YouTube, my Discord, myself, and from my live streams on twitch.tv/Ameribano. I understand that some picks might be controversial. Subscribe, like, and share the video regardless of that. That would be most appreciated. In today's death battle brackets, we have from Elden Ring, Melonia, Sword of Milica. From the Legend of Zelda games, Ganondorf. From Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, Alduin. From Hollow Knight, Absolute Radiance. From Five Nights at Freddy's, Springtrap. From Portal, Gladys. From Undertale, Sans. And finally, from some of the Sonic Hedgehog games, Shadow the Hedgehog. The rules of the tournament are this. In order to win, a combatant needs to either kill their opponent outright, I'm talking about complete obliteration with an explanation of how they did it, or strike 3 blows. Whichever combatant does complete one of these 2 requirements will be the winner of that round, and will move on. We will also see a win depicted by an AI-generated piece of art. After all is said and done, we will finally know which villain is the strongest of all. Or, at the very least, up until I do this again. Let's get into the death battle!
Round 1.
Melonia, Blade of Milica, was born as a twin to Milica, the most powerful of the Empyreans. She is renowned for her legendary battle against Scourge Radon during the Shattering, during which she unleashed a powerful she unleashed the power of the Scarlet Rot, reducing Khalid to ruins. With her deadly Scarlet Rot magic and skilled swordsmanship, with her water flow dance technique, she cuts down all who get in her way. Ganondorf, or Ganon, is a monster who overthrew the Kingdom of Hyrule using one of the pieces of the Triforce, the power piece. Ganon has many powerful abilities such as energy projection. To combat opponents from afar, Ganon can create balls of either light or dark energy to throw at opponents. He has teleportation to quickly close gaps. Ganon can teleport at short distances. Levitation, Ganon can use dark magic to defy gravity and levitate. Ganon is also able to shift into other huge creatures, changing his combat style to surprise and combat his opponents. The third duel between Ganondorf and Melonia will decide the fate of Hyrule. The winner will be crowned champion of the tournament. After this match, I'll have to make my final judgment, but let's just keep our fingers crossed that it goes well. After all, we've got a lot riding on this. This time, the duel will take place in the heart of the Lost Woods. You may begin when you're ready. At last, Melonia is going to square off against Ganon. I'm so excited. I wonder if they'll actually end up fighting each other. Well, I sure hope so. That's the point of all this. And what about me? Will I finally get to meet the King of Evil? Well, enough daydreaming. Let's get started already. Oh, the combatants are here now. They look like they know what they're doing. They're both circling around each other. So I guess this is where it starts. They're both drawing their swords. It looks like Melonia will go first. She's attacking. He's swung her sword at Ganon, but he parried with his own weapon. He must have used his power of transformation to transform himself into a gigantic form. He's so big that I can't even tell where he ends and the trees begin. He's swinging his massive club at Melonia. She blocked it with her sword. That was incredible. Did she really block that? But now she's being knocked back by him. It looks like she might lose consciousness. Ganon's turning his attention to me. He's coming right towards me. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna say that that's one hit for Ganon. One hit for Ganon. Ganon's up by 1. However, she's still standing. Wow, that girl is amazing. She's giving an order to her minions. Oh my gosh, she has minions. They're moving out of the way. She's pointing at Ganon, and then he's gone. Where did he disappear to? Is he teleporting again? But no matter how far he moves away, Melonia's minions seem to follow her every move. Now she's charging at Ganon. She's going to try to push him off a cliff. Now she didn't expect it to work. Her minions are falling right after her. Melonia is thrown back too, but she just got up and charged again. Don't understand what's going on. She's not going to let Ganon beat her. He doesn't look very happy. Ganon has transformed into some kind of giant beast again, but Millennia is still trying to attack him. What a show. I think everyone's having fun watching this. Wait, why is Millennia flying? Why? Well, it's not important. She's still attacking Ganon. She's using her powers of dark magic to hit him with bolts of lightning. Okay, that's two. I mean, that's one for Millennia and one for Ganon. Okay, here we go. Wow, she's strong. She's using dark magic too. Both sides are using dark magic. How long can they keep it up? These two are incredible. There's been a change of plan. Millennia's minions have surrounded Ganon. They're all chanting something together. What could they possibly be saying? They're surrounding Ganon with these weird monsters. I don't know what they are, but they sure do look dangerous. Oh my gosh. Millennia is summoning some kind of huge creature. It looks like a bear. It's a ruined bear. Is she using her magic to control it? She's probably going to send it to Ganon. Send it at Ganon. Ganon's transforming back into his normal form. What happened to his giant form? Okay, Millennia summoned another large creature. This one seems like a wolf. It looks like Ganon's transforming back into his giant form too. The wolf is attacking. It looks like Millennia is controlling it, but the wolf isn't alone. Another wolf is coming toward them. Millennia is commanding it as well. Two wolves are attacking Ganon. Okay, so far they're attacking, but it doesn't say that he's hitting. The wolf beast thing is much larger than Ganon. The wolf that Millennia is controlling is blocking the attack. Wow, it looks like the wolf has become a giant. Now there's a bear too. Both of them are attacking Ganon. I hope you can handle that. Millennia is summoning a monster next. It looks like a bird. It's attacking. It's shooting some kind of red energy out of its beak. Didn't we already see that in the first round? That's Millennia's power of transformation again. So it says here they're attacking, but it's not saying they're hitting him. How many times can she use it? The bird is attacking Ganon. It's really powerful. Millennia is trying to summon another creature. This time it looks like a human. The human is attacking Ganon. It's almost like a karate attack. It's a pretty impressive move. The human is winning. Millennia is summoning another one. This time it's a snake. Oh my gosh. She's just summoning a whole bunch of creatures. I didn't know Millennia had this type of power. A snake is attacking Ganon. It's pretty scary looking, but I guess snakes are harmless. What? Another human-shaped creature is attacking Ganon. His attacks are getting stronger. The human is using his bare hands. He's drawing some kind of symbol in the air. I think it's a magic spell. I wonder what he can do with it. Millennia summoned a lizard-looking monster. Oh my gosh, it's super creepy. This one is attacking Ganon. It's moving quickly on its four legs. Millennia is summoning another one. This time it looks like a goat. Millennia is summoning yet another one. This time it looks like a cat's attacking Ganon. We got cats, we got lizard people, we got humans, we got snakes that are apparently harmless. I don't know what's going on. It's much smaller than the other creatures, but it's still pretty big. That's all the... What's with all these animals? This is getting ridiculous. Yeah, Millennia summoned a horse-like creature. It's attacking Ganon. It's not as strong as the others, but it's still pretty quick. Millennia is summoning a bear-like creature. It's another ruined bear. It's kind of cute though. Oh my gosh, the Care Bear. The wolf is much faster than the others. Oh no, now she's summoning a wolf, and then she's attacking, and it's much faster. Then it's summoning a dog-like creature. It looks like a husky. Oh, it's attacking Ganon. Wow, it's fast. The dog is really good at fighting. Millennia is summoning a tiger. It's attacking Ganon. It's so huge. Millennia is summoning a leopard. It's attacking Ganon too. Millennia is summoning an eagle. I don't know what's... It's saying it's attacking... I'm still confused. Millennia is summoning a stag, attacking Ganon. There's one summoning a lion, attacking Ganon. Okay, I'm gonna call it right there. I'm sorry. I mean, she's summoned a zoo so far. Now it's a peacock. It's attacking Ganon. It's so beautiful. Millennia is summoning a frog-like creature. It's attacking Ganon. She has summoned a zoo to go and attack Ganon. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it there. Millennia wins. Millennia wins. Millennia is advancing. So now, round 2, we have Alduin, the World Eater, and Absolute Radiance from Hollow Knight.
Round 2.
Alduin, sometimes referred to as World Eater, is a mighty dragon who ruled over Skyrim, a godlike entity which destroyed the last world with his frost and flame breath and his meteor storm magic in order to begin a new world. He is also known for his ability to devour the souls of the dead, and by so doing can increase his power. Absolute Radiance is the perfect form of the Radiance. Sitting at the peak of Pantheon of Hollow Nest, she awaits anyone foolish enough to test their might against her barrage of beams, swords, spikes, and light speed. Now, these two will fight to the death to see who is the most powerful. The battle would be even harder if they had more than one member each. It was the same with any other Pantheon of gods. There could only be one winner. Alright, let's get this started. Alduin shouted gleefully from atop his mountain. Both sides began to attack each other with all means possible. The first thing that I noticed about the the Radiance was how fast her attacks were. She was able to shoot out beams, swords, spikes, and lightning bolts all at once, while still moving forward. Even though she was fighting on land, she didn't have to worry about falling off as her body was like liquid metal. Alduin, on the other hand, wasn't quite as quick. He could only fire 2 spells at once, one being his Meteor Storm spell, which he used to constantly rain down meteors onto the Radiance. But that wouldn't last very long. His other technique was to continually use his breath weapon on her, which would deal damage over time. But because of her speed, he couldn't hit her as quickly as he wanted. It was almost too much for him to handle, but he wasn't giving up just yet. "I'll show you what it means to be a god. This should do it," Alduin said before unleashing an orb of pure flame on the Radiance. It was enough to burn through her armor, causing her to fall back. Okay, I'm saying that's one hit for Alduin. That wasn't what I expected, Alduin muttered. "Looks like you're not as easy to kill as I thought." He summoned another meteor storm and sent it flying towards the Radiance, but she quickly dodged and shot out a beam of light, which burned through the air where the meteor had been. The Radiance then shot out a sword into the ground and created a spike trap, trapping Alduin inside. "Ha! Looks like you got me," Alduin laughed as he tried to escape through the spike trap, but he was stuck and unable to move. I'm gonna say that's another hit. I'm gonna say that's a hit for the Radiance. Okay? "How about this?" Alduin said before unleashing a wave of frost from his mouth, freezing everything around him. He moved slowly at first, but he finally began to move faster and faster until he was nearly moving at the speed of light. And then he struck. Using his frost breath, he melted away the frozen ground beneath the Radiance, making her fall back. "What?" the Radiance cried out. "This isn't fair!" Causing her to fall back. This one he really did hit. I'm gonna count that another hit, honestly. She began to fire a beam of light at Alduin, but he deflected it with his own. However, that caused him to get a little too close to the spike trap, and he fell straight into it. Oh my gosh. I say that's 2 and 2. "Aha! Ha! I win!" Alduin exclaimed triumphantly as he stood again. "You did? You cheated!" the Radiance yelled. "Nah, I made sure to get out of the way as soon as the spike trap went off." Wait, now he didn't? Before the spike trap went off. Okay, so never mind. So he fell into it, but it didn't go off, or it didn't hit him. Okay, so we're still 2-1. "Besides, I'm a god. I don't need to follow the rules," Alduin chuckled. "Oh yeah? Well, you better watch your back, Alduin. There are plenty of people who want to take you down," the Radiance said before shooting out a beam from her arm. "Not anymore," Alduin replied. "With my absolute radiance powers, I can destroy anything in my path." But the Radiance countered with another beam of light, this time hitting Alduin right between the eyes. Okay, that's 2-2 right there. "Ow, hey, that hurt," Alduin cried out as he clutched his head. "Fine, I'll show you what real power is," Alduin shouted before summoning a beam of light from his mouth and shooting at the Radiance. It seems as though nothing could stop him now. He kept firing beams of light at the Radiance as she tried to block them, but she couldn't keep up. She began to weaken and Alduin was getting closer to victory. "Enough already," the Radiance cried out as Alduin continued to fire his beam of light. "Just surrender. We both know you have no chance against me. Actually, I think I do," Alduin said with a confident grin. "How dare you!" the Radiance yelled as she fired another beam of light at Alduin, but he blocked it with his own. "Don't underestimate me. I've learned from my past mistakes," Alduin said as he began to release his energy. Impossible," the Radiance said as she began to slow down. "You're using your ultimate attack, but there's nowhere left for you to go." "That's right," Alduin said as he began to charge towards her. "I don't need anywhere else to go. I'll destroy you right here." Alduin unleashed a powerful beam of light from his hands, and it was so bright that everyone within a mile radius was blinded. "No, please," the Radiance begged as she covered her eyes. "Please don't do this. Don't make me watch you die." He was trying to save Alduin, but now it's too late. He was upon her now, and there was nothing. Wait, she was trying to save Alduin, but it looked like it was too late. He was upon her now, and there was nothing she could do to stop him. "Your mercy will not save you," Alduin cried out as he fired off his beam of light. The beam was so powerful that it started to create cracks in the ground and blow up several buildings. "Ah, Alduin, no! Stop!" the Radiance screamed as she used her last bit of strength to shoot a beam of light at him. "No!" Alduin roared before he unleashed his final beam of light and destroyed the entire city. "Ah!" Alduin groaned. "Now look what you've done, you son of a bitch!" the Radiance shouted as she began to summon her sword, but by now it was too late. "At least I know you won't be able to defeat me," said Alduin. "There's no way anyone could ever try to fight me after that." "Damn you!" the Radiance screamed as she died. And that's Alduin there for you. All right. Boom. Alduin is our winner for round 2. Now, going off to round 3. Round 3, Springtrap versus Gladys.
Round 3.
Springtrap is an amalgamation of a human and a robot mixed into one. Undead and full of rage, he relentlessly hunts down anybody he can find to torture and kill with his superhuman strength. Lattice is a artificially super intelligent computer system with incredible intelligence and the ability to shift and move facilities in various chambers. Lattice is able to achieve a seamless and almost infinite testing design whilst residing in a central AI chamber. Now, these two will fight to the death to see who is the most powerful. This part of this battle is over. We have our winner, Springtrap. What? He has won because he killed both robots. This means that Springtrap wins the fight. And with that, we're done here. What? I'll give it to Springtrap. A little anticlimactic, but you know what? Sounds good. Springtrap is our winner. Sorry, Gladys. Round 4 is between Sans and Shadow the Hedgehog.
Round 4.
Sans is a skeleton creature who is the most powerful boss in the land of Undertale, a very intelligent, manipulative strategist. Sans uses all his abilities to his highest potential. He's able to summon bones to throw at his opponent, to change the weight of gravity. If he hits you, you'll be poisoned, and he can teleport. Shadow the Hedgehog is an immortal being created by Professor Gerald Robotnik through genetic engineering as part of an experiment. Shadow is ageless and immortal. Shadow's trademark move is Chaos Control, which allows him to warp time and space. Shadow uses it mainly to transport and or to slow or stop time. The move actually allows the user to manipulate time and space to warp across space or move through or across time. Now, it's time for these two to fight to the death to see who is the most powerful. I'm sorry about your cat. You're a liar. He died when I was 5. That's why you're lying. It wasn't me. It was my brother. I have no idea what is happening. Now, it was both of us. I'm not lying. My mom found his body. I've never had a brother. Stop lying. Why are you attacking me? The final battle between Risk and Shara. Oh my gosh. The two have been fighting for years on a regular basis. They both are the strongest fighters in their respective universes. Who will win? Let's find out. After the two began fighting, they now take turns with each other going first. This round goes to Shadow because of his Chaos Control move. In this case, the damage Shadow causes from his Chaos Control has no effect on Sans, at least not right now. However, Shadow loses the next round due to his lack of dodges. After the battle begins, Shadow tries to use Chaos Control again, but fails. Sans then gets the chance to use his own Chaos Control while Shadow is unable to dodge. But before Sans can do anything, Shadow redirects the Chaos Control back at Sans. Oh my gosh! While the Chaos Control wasn't aimed towards Sans, it still affects him anyway, causing him to faint. This time, Shadow wins. It was only a matter of time since he was using Chaos Control against Sans. Shadow has been doing that ever since the beginning. Now it's time for Sans to give Shadow a taste of what he dishes out every single day. Shadow's Chaos Control can easily hit everyone except Sans, but it also depends on how powerful Shadow wants his Chaos Control to be. If Shadow wants to make his Chaos Control stronger, then he'll need to have more of it. Well, so far, we have Shadow up with 2, and Sans hasn't hit Shadow yet. Shadow has been using this tactic for over 10 years to attack Sans. He has never used any other strategy to fight Sans. That's why he always takes so long to kill him. And in return, Sans would always use his Chaos Control to knock him out. However, this time around, Sans decides to start attacking Shadow with his Chaos Control the moment Shadow started the battle. Before Shadow could even get the chance to use Chaos Control, he was already knocked out. Okay, so that's one hit for Sans, but like I said earlier, it's only a matter of time until Shadow uses Chaos Control on Sans. In conclusion, Shadow is the winner of this match. However, it's only a matter of time before he defeats Sans. Did Shadow win? I was trying to make a fight between the two, but they just kept talking about how they wanted to eat each other, so I got bored and decided to make a fight scene instead. The two have met before, but it was not a proper battle. Instead, they were playing tag. After all, they're both the same type of monster. Who will win? Let's find out. These two monsters seem to get along really well. In fact, they're pretty much best friends. Who will win? Let's find out. The two begin fighting. Both of them have the ability to fly, so they try to stay above the ground and avoid getting caught by the other one's attacks. Soon enough, they both start using their strongest attacks. You start off, Untitled shoots ice at... I don't even know what's happening. Conclusion, Shadow is the winner of this match. I'm gonna go to Shadow because the AI has told me that Shadow has won, I think 3 or 4 times now. I'm gonna give it to Shadow. This has been a very interesting AI. It hasn't been as clear as in previous matches. Okay, that's fine. Now, we go on to the semifinals. Millennia, the Blade of Milica, versus Alduin, the World Eater.
Round 1.
And the fight starts now. The end is near. Millennia uses watery swordplay techniques to slice through Alduin. However, the dragon retaliates by breathing fire towards Millennia. The flames spread across the battlefield and destroy everything inside. I'm going to say that's one hit for Millennia, but not a hit for Alduin because this flame spread towards her. It destroys everything on the battlefield, everything inside. But we don't know if it hits Millennia. Let's find out. With a roar of fury, Millennia unleashes her deadly sword strike at Alduin. Her blade pierces through his scales and into his heart while he is still reeling from the heat of his own flames. That's 2 hits from Millennia. Holy cow, Millennia has taken out Alduin. Alduin is reduced to ash. The ashes are absorbed by Millennia, granting her more power than ever before. Oh, after their battle, the winners of this fight were winner, Millennia, Blade of Milica, runners-up, Alduin. Nice. Okay, Millennia is the winner. That was a very quick battle. Holy cow. Okay. Semifinal round number 2. Springtrap versus Shadow the Hedgehog. Find out who wins.
Round 2.
Shadow slashes at Springtrap with Chaos Control, but the latter blocks the attack with his metal arms. Shadow then attacks with Chaos Sphere, but Springtrap dodges the attack and tries to grab Shadow with his right hand. However, Shadow escapes from his grasp by running away, dodging another Chaos Sphere, and jumping on top of a nearby vending machine. Springtrap chases after him, but Shadow jumps out of the way, causing Springtrap to crash into a wall before falling onto some trash cans. Shadow quickly runs over to Springtrap and grabs both his legs with his left arm. He then uses Chaos Sphere again, but this time it hits Springtrap's face instead. Shadow then kicks Springtrap off the edge of the building. I'm going to say that's 1. Springtrap lands on the ground below and rolls around trying to get up. Before Springtrap could recover, Shadow jumps back onto the building and smashes his head against the roof, killing him instantly. Shadow stands atop the building looking down at Springtrap's lifeless body with a cold expression. Shadow reaches under his coat and pulls out a handgun. He aims at Springtrap's corpse and fires 3 shots. Whoa! Okay. All 3 bullets hit Springtrap in the head, killing him instantly. Shadow tosses his gun aside, then walks over to where Springtrap fell and sits on him, hugging him tight. Shadow whispers something into Springtrap's ear. Springtrap doesn't respond. Shadow then gets up and walks away from Springtrap's corpse. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a very clear and concise victory of who won there. Shadow obliterated Springtrap. And ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the final round. The final round, ladies and gentlemen. We have Millennia, the Blade of Milica, versus Shadow, the Hedgehog. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Final round.
It's been said that they are both among the strongest beings in existence. And if that is true, then what would happen if they fought each other? This is a fight that will decide who is the more powerful, but also determine who is to live and who must die. The winner of this battle will be known as the stronger one. The loser, however, will not have their lives taken from them. Instead, they will become nothing more than dust. As the dust settles, I shall sit back and watch as my 2 fighters tear each other apart until only one remains standing. Then, when the dust settles, the victor will hold the title of the strongest of all. The fight begins. The crowd stands in silence, eagerly anticipating what will unfold next. The spectators can barely contain themselves as they watch their favorite fighter go head to head with another. These 2 warriors are so evenly matched that there is no telling who will come out on top. The 2 combatants begin to circle each other warily. Each one looks to the other for a sign of weakness or an opening. They must work together to figure out how to defeat each other. Meanwhile, the crowd grows increasingly impatient. They want blood. They want to see someone cut down. And then, just like that, one of them strikes first. He attacks. He tries to land his blow, but he fails. His attack is blocked. It was an attempt to end things quickly to finish this duel off right away. But the other fighter sees it coming. Millennia blocks his attack. Then she retaliates. Her sword slices into Shadow's chest. Blood gushes out of the wound. Shadow is wounded. She has hit him with her blade. Millennia has struck a killing blow. In response, Shadow grabs Millennia by the neck and begins choking her. Millennia fights back, pushing Shadow away as blood continues to pour out of her wound. The crowd erupts. They cheer wildly for Millennia. The 2 warriors are locked in combat. Neither seems able to gain the upper hand. Millennia takes advantage of her opponent's distraction and delivers a swift kick to Shadow's stomach, sending him flying backwards. Okay, so that's 2 for Millennia and 1 for Shadow. Millennia leaps forward and lands a vicious strike to Shadow's face. Blood sprays out of the wound. Shadow screams in agony. Millennia rushes towards Shadow, aiming a powerful thrust. She pushes the tip of her sword deep inside Shadow's skull. Shadow collapses, dead. The crowd roars in anger. Millennia raises her sword triumphantly over her head. She is victorious. Alright, I'm calling it there. Millennia is our victor. Take a victory lap, Millennia. You deserve it. Millennia, the Blade of Milica. It's done, ladies and gentlemen. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Millennia is the victor here.